This is Deepin 15.5. I've been using it a little while, so I've configured it slightly differently than the way it came. I'm using the efficient mode instead of the fashion mode. This is the fashion mode. This is the efficient mode. It has a regular system tray at the right. I don't miss not having a taskbar or window buttons on the panel, because I find that this multitasking view is more than ample for switching between workspaces and switching between tasks. Right now, I just have Simple Screen Recorder open, and it's minimized. I don't want to revisit every feature of the Deepin desktop because I've done a number of reviews before, but there are a few changes worth noting. Going to the control center over on the right, as you can see, it opens to what I was using, which is advanced sound. But going to appearance, gives you two themes, Deepin Default and Deepin Dark, and I'm using Deepin Default. Looking at the icon theme, you can now see examples of the icons, so it's a little easier to choose the ones you prefer. Also, it's a lot easier to scroll down in this sidebar than it used to be. I'm using natural edge scrolling here. Going to the system settings, and specifically the update settings, I'm going to click on Switch Mirror here. There's a way of testing the speed. Now, I've been using the official mirror with CDM acceleration, which is a sort of smart system for selecting between the fastest mirrors. But here it shows the US Linux kernel archives as faster. So I'm going to switch. And the package cache was automatically cleared. Going to the launcher, I want to mention a few things. Under Office, it came with the WPS Writer, Presentation, and Spreadsheets. And I installed LibreOffice, the entire LibreOffice suite. And I want to mention that it's a lot more up to date than it was the last time I checked Deepin. This is version 5.4.0.3. I think the latest version is 5.4.3.2 or something like that. So this is very close to the latest version. Before, it was several versions behind. So there's an improvement there. However, it does not extend to all applications. Basically, in any curated repository, such as Deepin has, some applications are more closely watched than others, and so the ones that aren't so closely watched tend to fall behind. This is even true of Fedora, which is normally quite up to date. Not all applications are brought up to date. It just takes too much effort. So when I looked for Muse score, for instance, in the Deepin store, of course, I looked under Music. It takes a while to load. One reason is that I just changed the repository. So when I look for MuseScore, it was version 2.0.3, and that is an older version, so I didn't install it. Instead, I tried two things. One was to see if I could find it in a Flatpack. I'm going to click on Search Flatpack in Deepin Store. And Deepin does support these Flatpacks: Deepin Music, Deepin Picker, Deepin Image Viewer, Deepin Movie, Deepin Screen Recorder, Deepin Screenshot, Deepin Voice Recorder, and Deepin Calendar. Now it also supports many other Flatpacks, but these are the only Flatpacks that you can access directly from the Deepin store at the moment. And many, if not all of these, are already installed, which is one reason why the Deepin ISO image was so large. It was, I think, 3,400 megabytes. Flatpaks and other containerized applications tend to take up more disk space than ordinary applications because they contain most of the required subroutines. It also takes them a little longer to install and load. However, I know that MuseScore is available in a Flatpack. And I know it's available in Flathub. I'm going to flathub.org, and if I look under Applications, you notice they're listed alphabetically, unlike the hodgepodge that you find in Linux Mint 18.3 Software Manager. Here's MuseScore in alphabetical order. Now if I click on this, it asks me what I want to do. Do I want to open the file with LibreOffice Writer? Definitely not. Or do I want to save the file? I saved it. But since I've already done it, I'm not going to do it again. And I saved it in Downloads. So as you can see, here's the MuseScore Flatpack ref document. Now just clicking on that doesn't do anything. So I was trying to figure out how to install this, and I said Flatpack install /home /xram tech /downloads with a capital D /. Now I'm not going to install MuseScore again since it's already installed. I'll try Inkscape up here. org.inkscape, all lowercase letters, dot Inkscape with a capital I, dot Flatpack ref, and press enter. So now it's installing it from Flathub. I should mention that I had the Flathub remote already installed. And there it's done. So if I switch workspaces, and look under graphics, there's Inkscape. However, Flatpacks tend to take a long time to load, so I wanted to see if there was an easier way of getting it, and I downloaded the app image of MuseScore, and that was available on the MuseScore website. Now, the trick with the app image is you're supposed to right-click on the file name. Under Properties, you're supposed to see this little switch here, Allow to Execute as Program, and I did that. However, when you double click on this, the Archive Manager is trying to open it, and it says the archive type is not supported. Well, it isn't an archive type in that sense of the word. So you can't do anything with that. I've tried several times. What I ended up doing was install another file manager. I installed Thunar, which is one that I'm used to using in XFCE. Now if I go to Downloads, now you see I have the app image again, and when I right-click on it this time and go to Properties, this is really slow. I go to Permissions, and it says allow this file to run as a program, and I checked it. So now when I double click on the app image here, it opens MuseScore. And if you notice, it's version 2.1. From experience, I know that version 2.1 fix some problems with the version 2.03, and that's why I'm so determined to get the up-to-the-date version. And both the app image and Flatpack carried version 2.1. Between the two, the app image was a lot easier to obtain and to run than the Flatpack. So if I had a choice between the two, I think I would probably always choose the app image. They both worked well. I will say that the sound worked in both of them. When I downloaded the app image in Mint 18.3, the sound didn't work. So in this sense, Deepin is a little better than Linux Mint. So the only problem I've had so far is that the native Deepin file manager wouldn't open app images very well. There may be a way of setting it so that it does, but I was unable to find it. And that's why I had to install Thunar. But Thunar does not work particularly well in Deepin. So there's a little problem there that I trust will eventually be resolved. Otherwise, Deepin is the same beautiful distribution that it always was. It's really hard to find anything consistently better designed than this. Set wallpaper. You have a choice between a large number of really beautiful wallpapers. Now, Deepin is not a lightweight distribution. Here's the system monitor. And with the system monitor running and simple screen recorder running, I'm using a little over half of my CPU capacity, and I'm using 47% of my 4 gigabytes of memory. So it's on a par, I think, with the GNOME desktop in terms of system resources, but in terms of ease of use, it's far better than GNOME in my opinion. This is XRAM Tech. Thanks for watching.